Uncensored on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Dr. Powers from My Eternal Vitality with us today. How you doing, Dr. Powers?
Great, guys. How are you?
Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. You know, I really like this guy a lot. He has calmed down my belly.
I know.
I'm just going to point my finger at you and say thank you so much. My stomach, my anxiety stomach, my crazy belly, however you want to frame it, IBS, whatever you want to call it, is now in a very nice, manageable place. That's like TMI way of saying it. All doo-doos are great.
It's amazing, and you've been telling me about how surprising it is, and you actually got scared when your doo-doos became normal.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I think that's because no one has normal doo-doos.
No, you know what? I talk about my doo-doos more than most. And when I share this information with people, they're like, your doo-doos do what? And I'm like, yeah, they're brown and they sink and they're and I don't even have to wipe barely. And people are like, what? And they're like, what? I don't have that. Because apparently everybody, and this is the last thing I'm going to say this TMI, everybody in the world apparently is spray crazy. And you should not be spray crazy. There's no way to live.
Here's how you know how bad America's gut is. Go into a public restroom. Like you will hear
100.
True. That's an America 250 test.
Every time I'm in the airport or any public restroom,
my God.
the atrocities that I hear, I'm like, that ain't normal.
It's not good.
It's not good. That is hard. It's some inflammation.
It is inflammation, and it's so nice. It's so nice to be able to lay down after eating and just feel good. You know what I mean? Like without being like, oh, I'm so bloated, or it's good. Yeah. So thank you for getting me in a good place. If listeners are listening to this and you are interested, let's explain to them, this is a gut health thing that you could do for anybody, really.
Oh, yeah. No, totally. 100%. We see all kinds of patients. A lot of patients have been going to GI, having problems. I have some younger patients that are like, I don't want to take that medication for acid anymore.
Right.
They keep having bloating and stuff. They come to me. We figure out what's really causing the problem, not put a Band-Aid over the top, not just suppress the symptoms, but try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I've been avoiding the certain things I should avoid. Like, namely, I think my two biggest ones are like canola oil was like my number one.
Huge.
And number two is sitting around eggs. And I've been trying to avoid those actively, like even in things that like you're going to have fun with, right? Like potato chips and things like that. If it's got canola in it, Maisie's so good. She'll be reading the back. She's like, you can't have this. She'll get me, and she's been like, stays on that, like, oh, these have avocado oil. You're good. You can have those.
It's a crazy idea. If you can pronounce the ingredients, it's usually pretty good for you, unless you have some inflammation. But like, we don't pay attention to it. We just go to the store and grab whatever.
Yeah.
But like, when you go through this process, you start reading some labels and you're like, man, I'm really putting garbage in my body.
Processed food.
And that's the way your body reacts.
Yeah. It forces you to look at how much processed food you will eat. And it's a lot. It can be a lot. And so
it's definitely hard in the beginning. I think you'll admit to that.
It sucked. Like, I'll say straight
it's really
up,
bad.
It's hard.
It's hard, but the payoff, I can tell you on the backside,
hey,
pun intended,
I see,
is you really feel great afterwards, right?
You do. And it's very easy. It's just like I have there's like a little drink that I have that kind of calms my stomach. There's like a little regimen of pills that I take, and that has been weaned back to, I think
you're almost done,
I think I'm off. I'm only taking now I'm doing like one little, I'm re-entering good bacteria into my gut, and then I'm using fish oil. I think are the only two things I'm on now. And so I'm almost done. And it worked. So
And now you can put those foods back in, right?
I've been eking egg. I had a breakfast burrito with Maisie at Johnny's because Maisie loves breakfast burritos. And I had zero problems. It wasn't like I ate the eggs and I started farting up a storm. No, everything is calm. And when everything is calm, you feel, thank you, man. I feel
awesome. I'm so happy.
So much. And so is my wife. Like, she's like, unbelievable. I've been battling having like this gut health anxiety thing for years. Getting it calmed on like more the biological aspect of it, and then me exercising more for the mind aspect of it, I think is really, because I told you I was going to do what you gave me in combination with exercising 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And it is working. So
no, you're doing awesome. You look great. You feel great, I think.
I'm down like
it's amazing.
35 pounds or something. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And if anybody's interested, myeternalvitality.com, or if you have questions, and I like to offer this to people, you can email me, Dan.
Your auntie, give a kiss to your auntie for me, all right?
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
I've been so bored lately. Nothing new ever happens in my life, that's for sure. Oh, Tommy, we're racist toward Germans, Italians, or the Japanese.
Interesting with a bunch of
Oh, this whole thing, it's a Rockwell. Kids, I'm thinking of getting a bullet brush. I made it out of Judy's birthday hat. I don't know who'll put me in charge of this household. Do you? Well, they've made a terrible mistake.
Right?
Oh, I remember you guys talking about Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
I was like,
including a funny
and I was like, no, he
still
said he's not on it.
contends
He's not
he
on
still
it.
contends he's not.
Yes, he's
Well,
1,000% on
Could
it.
that be technicality where if
Well,
you're
he
like,
said it in one of the interviews. He goes, "Oh, well, I'm taking something to lower my sugar." That's the GLP-1, bro. Come on.
yeah,
I mean,
but he's
Yeah, you
technically-
can't just say it like a black grandma and then expect us all. That's just for my sugars, baby.
Because if
Come
someone
on.
throws
we
out
know what you're doing.
a name of the popular, what's the most popular one? Ozempic, right?
Yeah,
if somebody's like, "Oh, you're on Ozempic," and they're like, "No, I'm not," but because there's lots of other
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, there's other options.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're all do. What do they do?
Yeah, so number one, there's like 3 different names for all of them, right? For each one. So you
Yes.
can have a multitude of saying, "Oh, I'm not on that one because it's named something else," number one. But what do? So number one, they were really designed to lower your blood sugar. They're diabetic meds. But it does certain things in our body. Number one, it lowers our blood sugar, so that kind of combats the idea of storing fat in our body. Because as your sugar rises, it tells your body to secrete something called cortisol, which we all hear on social media. Oh, cortisol is real bad. It causes belly fat, stress, all this stuff. Well, when your cortisol goes up, it makes you secrete insulin. When you secrete insulin, if it's too high and you're secreting too much, your body's smart. It's like a factory for yourself. It tells you what to do, how to build your body. So you take those calories that you're burning then, and you turn them all into fat because your body's in kind of like this fight or flight type of thing, saying, "Oh, I need to hold on to every calorie." So it turns it into fat and stores it. Well, when you turn your calories into fat, you need twice as much effort to burn that fat off as normal calories. So now someone comes in, they're eating the same amount or they're starting to restrict and eat less. And they're like, "I keep gaining weight. I don't understand why. I'm exercising, eating less, and I don't know why." It's because their body's not working efficiently and converting to fat. And that's what GLP-1s do. They lower your sugar, number one. Then they trigger something called leptin to make you feel full. And they slow your intestine. That's where the side effects come in with people getting nausea and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to be in some type of guided program that'll help you navigate those side effects so you can tolerate them. And so that's one of the big keys.
Right.
And
that's why I do have friends of mine that have tried this and they're not really being guided correctly. And then they'll be like, I mean, Marcus King, the guy that I like that plays guitar, he was on GLP-1s for a while. And because I don't think somebody was really telling him or holding his hand, let's say. And
he
he's
just
like,
got it on Timu.
well, he said my stomach hurt. He's like,
Yeah,
but there are ways to manage around that too.
So, and Dr. Powell, let's talk about what you do for your patients and incorporating GLP-1s into a whole basically program for them to lose weight. And you're basically kind of, there's a way to microdose them and then get off them, but reach your goal. And then tell us about the program.
Yeah, so I think if we could back up just a little bit, your body's kind of like the smart thermostat in our house, right? So the smart thermostat, the Nest that we all know, right? It gets signals from outside, like how hot it is, what the weather is, all this sort of stuff. And it does 2 things. It cools our house, obviously, but it tries to save energy, right? That's the reason we all have them. Well, our body kind of does the same thing over time. It adapts to all the signals that we're giving it, meaning like our hormones, our sugar, stress, sleep, all this stuff. Well, if it's getting bad signals, it's not going to work right, just like the thermostat in our house. And so it's trying to conserve energy, and that's where it starts storing fat, and then we gain weight, and we get tired, and our hormones get off, all these sort of things. So that's what we kind of do in this program. We look for those kind of hidden things or those triggers, not just concentrating on weight loss. Because the weight loss comes with making you healthier or making your body work right.
Gotcha.
Right? So we kind of reset the metabolic system so that your body works right. You lose weight. We use this as a tool to lose the weight during the time. And then my goal is to wean you off the medication so you don't have to be on it long term, unlike some other places that microdose forever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That makes and
Andrea's my wife's currently doing this, and her results have been phenomenal. Like,
I
truly.
know. Yeah,
She feels great. She looks great. I mean, she's moving around great, with very limited side effects. Again, but you're being guided though. She checks in with you, a decent amount of time.
Yeah,
if you have any questions, you get a hold of the office. You talk to Rebecca or it's good. Very easy to dial it in.
The more I see about and just through mini documentaries is stupid.
No, they like it when you say it. Let them eat cake.
But it's like it keeps reminding myself, especially because in my algorithm is constant about human evolution. I'm fascinated by it, right? And you look how our bodies evolved. And that's why there's like fasting and people get into that because ancient humans, we with every life form wants to just live. So
Tupac said that. Tupac said that. Just let me live. Just let me live.
So hundreds of thousands of years was hard living and us just our bodies trying to survive until we replicate ourselves in some way and then die. And it was like, and that's all so basically we went days without eating and like drinking sometimes.
J-Rob does that. The protein guru. Yeah, J-Rob's a big faster.
Our bodies want sugar because that's a most efficient thing to turn into energy to survive, so we're like, and then now hundreds of thousands of years later, now we're here 2026. We live in a society we have abundance of all we can eat.
Everything.
A pile of processed food
you don't have to leave. You can go on your phone and have the food delivered.
We don't have to run and catch anything. We don't have to do anything. We just live, right? So then it's like, how do we live in this society? And then it's like, to live in the society like we used to, we'd have to like do all these things to replicate what our body wants and stuff like that. It's like, it makes perfect sense. Like, why not use technology and use the stuff we've learned in science to essentially help ourselves live in 2026 society? Which is because we cannot. It is so difficult to live like we did 100,000 years ago in 2026.
Well, it doesn't
it's nearly
exist.
impossible.
It doesn't exist, right? What you'd be. I mean, you'd have to like move away from society to live like that.
Or
how would you have a modern day job if you wanted to do the tough things that those people did in order to be their optimum form of health?
Yeah, exercise a certain amount a day and things like that. That seem it really
people don't have the time.
That's
the number one thing about exercise, right? Is people complain. They're like, "Look, I would exercise, but I'm a single mom. I got I got 3 kids. I got no time to get on a treadmill."
It's crazy. It's crazy. So I tell people, exercise wise, they're like, "Oh, I don't have time." Walk for 5 minutes after each meal.
Right.
If you do that, it's better than going to the gym. I'll be honest. If you just do that, it's better than going to the gym for 45 minutes every day.
Me and my wife,
because you can do it. You can stick with it.
Well, and it's more activity and it does certain things on a cellular level. Like you're burning sugar down after each meal, so you're staying more efficient and keeping your metabolism going. So you get the weight benefits. If that's what you're going to the gym for is weight benefits, that's one thing. So it's better to do what I just said. If you're going to build muscle, that's a different thing.
Right.
You need to go to the gym. If you're going for cardiovascular, that's when you run and do stuff. That's not for weight management. So it's what you want to do.
Gotcha.
And so, Dr. Powell, let's talk about all the stuff floating around on the internet about like villainizing GLP-1s.
Sure.
And then the same thing, and then we'll move to like testosterone and like hormone replacement therapy.
Testosterone, I was going to say, would be the number one. I get an email every week from somebody asking me like, "Hey man, I'm going to reach out to Dr. Powers. What do you think?" I'm like, "Yeah, do it. You got to do it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't feel right."
Yeah.
So like, let's start with GLP-1s. Like some of it is, people taking the wrong dose or getting this stuff just off the internet and not being guided by a doctor and trying to do it themselves.
I think these people got a lot of confidence. There's no way in hell that I would do anything that revolves around modern medicine just on a whim. I'm just like, okay,
and
I'll just order it and shoot it up.
And sometimes someone's biology doesn't work right with it, and then you hear those stories.
I'll give you a couple examples.
Okay.
One, there's the typical person, and this is a friend of mine that did this somewhere else in the country. He's not a doctor. He would take GLP-1s. He was on TRT. He would take GLP-1s, and then he'd be like, "Well, I can eat whatever I want because I'm on GLP-1." Well, it doesn't work that way.
Right,
It's
right.
supposed to be a tool to help you. And so he really didn't lose weight. And I'm like, okay, well, you know why? You're not changing,
People
right?
can't eat through it. I have friends that have
you can
eaten
eat through it and not
They-
lose.
I have friends of mine that have gotten this and said like, "Oh yeah, just what you're saying."
Yeah.
Like, and that's not.
It's
why
a-
are you even on it?
That's
then?
weird
It
because
doesn't make sense.
everybody I know that's on GLP-1s, they say they are not hungry anymore. Like that's the number one thing. Like,
But
it's
you can't
crazy.
force yourself and eat through it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's men. These
Trust
are
me, I
guys.
see it.
Like at
I
least
see it.
mine is a guy.
And then there's the other situation. I had a younger lady. She came to me. She had been on Ozempic for 18 months somewhere else. And she had lost a good amount of weight and then just plateaued. She wanted to lose more. And I started talking to her. We kind of dove into things. She had some hormonal imbalance, but I said, I really don't think that's really your problem. We did the gut health stuff, and in my opinion, her gut was suppressing her hormones, and it was giving her some metabolic resistance. We took away those foods like we did with Daniel. We started her on the treatment. She came back, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks later, and she had lost 10 pounds, right? And I was like, oh, great, your Ozempic's working again, because she had some left from the other clinic.
Right.
She goes, no, I stopped it. It's because her body wasn't working right. And so
Right.
she had been taking the Ozempic for 6 months with no results because her body was blocking it. So it's like a lot of people are wasting money out there spending for medication, either out of their pocket or whatever, and they're not getting the most out of it.
Right.
Because they don't have a full picture of what their body's biology is doing.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
your gut health, your hormones, those could be off, and this
Well,
like
you're supposed to look at everything.
yeah.
You
Really?
have to.
Yeah.
You have to look at it as a whole picture.
I need to do the because
What
like
are you
after
trying to do? What do you want to do?
He wants to get juiced up.
no.
You know what he needs to do? All right, that's
Well,
an honest answer from an honest doctor.
Well,
and
of course I do.
You know what?
I also have diarrhea all the time.
That's why people should trust Dr. Powers. He called
I
you
read
out
between
for
the lines.
exactly what you want to do.
He just
You know
doesn't
what
wanna
I
say
think
it.
he really wants
doesn't
to
wanna
do?
say it.
Diarrhea juice.
Do you know what I think he
What?
really wants to do? I think that you want to take your youngest, a young Maximilian Van, and I think you want to start doing those transfusions like that weirdo did,
what
where
are you talking
you are
about?
getting your smoothest
Oh,
and
Brian
youngest.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
get my
wanna-
son's blood? Yes, I want
think
that.
you want Max
But I
blood.
can't. He
and
won't.
then
He's
you'll-
afraid of needles.
And you'll finally get your dream, which is to be
No,
able to
I
break
couldn't-
dance. You'll be able
no.
to. You'll get full of breakdance blood. You'll be breakdancing crazy. That's what you want. You're
so
still your
Tom-
son's youth.
Okay.
Tom, I don't think I've ever told you this, but you know that clinic that he went to? You know the documentary?
Wait.
Brian Johnson?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that
where
weird-
he
the
went and
weirdo.
had the blood
Yes,
transfusion
yes.
with his son, and
Yeah.
he did the one for his dad
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
I could get you there.
No,
Yeah,
I have
you
connections
know
there.
that guy.
You and Max.
I do. I know the owners.
Daddy
and
trip.
I can send patients. there.
Daddy son trip
'Cause-
to the wackadoodle clinic.
My dream is to live forever.
I know.
And I have
I
better
just didn't
news.
think it was. I was like, I don't have the money. Screw it.
I have better.
But if you can get me there,
Wait a minute. Tommy may care less because he's more like you. Tommy will sit there and take the transfusion.
no. But Max he's the emotional one. He loves me. Tommy's
so
like, nah, I'm not doing that.
if you came to Max and said, "Hey, buddy, Daddy wants to live forever. What do you think about that?" I'll do anything for you, Daddy. Right? Is that-
Tommy's like, let's be honest here. You can no humans live forever.
He would. He'd be
He's
very
like-
pragmatic.
Like I'm like, what? This is gonna
You're
get you
crazy. I'm going to see Mom.
10 more years at the most. You're gonna drink your way
No,
out of it.
he's not the vegan.
No, Max is the
Max
vegan.
is the vegan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's vegetarian.
Oh, that's clean
He's not
blood. That's
vegetarian.
got that. Oh, that's got good.
And he's eating garbage anyway. he's like eating vegetables.
It's
He's
fine.
eating processed garbage.
He's fine. He's only 10.
It's like-
10,
so
11. He's
I tell
11.
him, I'm like, processed garbage is worse than meat. Anyway, so let's talk to or about hormone replacement
Sure.
therapy. So, and I know I've talked to you about this before, but I saw recently CNN came out with this article, and I read it. It was just about how more evidence about how testosterone is not causing all these things that they were worried about. Like, you taking testosterone replacement therapy was like, oh, this could cause, prostate cancer, or this could cause this or whatever. And then all these things are now being taken off, and doctors are like, this can be healthy if you get your testosterone to a healthy level, and actually more healthy for you if you stay at that healthy level. And obviously not
100%.
abuse it. If you're a weightlifter or whatever, your testosterone is 5,000, then yes,
Well,
there's
that's not
negative
healthy.
effects of not
I mean,
Exactly,
it's
it's
like,
not
in fact, that scares me more.
Yeah.
than even low T. I see the low T guys. I see what you're up against. You're just sad. But some of these guys, I look at them, they got like their testosterone 5,000, a big red. You look like I'm about to explode. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to have that.
Yeah. So I mean, the story to that, Dan, is that it has to be monitored, right? And you have to stay in healthy ranges where you're optimized plus in safe ranges. So we do that in our program. We monitor labs every 3 months to make sure you're safe. But to go back to yours, Tom, you know, they've done studies for a long time. They've known this, they just didn't promote it. And there was a huge study with the VA. So older patients, obviously, they had heart disease with like heart attacks, bypass, this sort of stuff, veterans. So it was a large study, about 5,000 patients. And they tested these patients against patients not on treatment, the ones on treatment versus ones not. They had the same adverse outcomes, meaning they had bad outcomes at the same number. So they proved it was safe, right? Secondly, they looked at patients that had low T, that had these heart problems, right? Versus ones, same heart problems, but weren't on T and had low testosterone. The ones that had low T that weren't treated had twice as many adverse events as the ones on testosterone. So they've proven that it's not only safe to take, but it's beneficial to heart disease.
Yeah, and it does make sense because if you're it's just about leveling out your body chemicals and your biology and keeping them at those normal levels. And then it's like,
well, extremes are not good in any fashion, right? Like you don't want an extreme deficit, and you don't want an extreme
1,000%.
Yeah, you want to be in the middle for most things, and that's where the truth is, and then the goodness.
Yeah, people's argument could be like, yeah, but it's not natural. And my response to that is, yes, it isn't natural.
Exactly.
It is science.
Right.
You know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about, like,
being beamed every piece of news in the world into my eyes at all times is not natural either.
Humans, I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this, all of human evolution up until like penicillin was invented, like the death or like the average human age was low, right? And it only changed between like cavemen and like 1,000 years later, or like 7 years or whatever. And he was like, they were all eating clean, all like organic foods because there wasn't any process. You know what I'm saying? And then it changed 7 years, and then once science kicked in, and in the past 100 years, our life expectancy is now, it's higher than ever. By the way, something came out that
I saw that.
That it's higher. It's all because of science. You know what I'm saying? Like penicillin and antibiotics.
Well, let's talk about that.
Increase it, and so does this.
I think look at, besides just total quantity of life, look at quality of life. Look back at guys when we were kids, how they looked when they were like 40, and look at how people look now. It's different. People are much younger for longer, especially if they do things like this, like longevity medicine.
We were talking about that with, like, you look at a picture of George Washington, like the way we know him. That mother effer's 40 years old.
Exactly.
And he's white as a guy. Like, it's about his thing about to die.
Teeth.
Like, you remember we were talking about that this morning, and I'm like, how old?
It was rough living.
Oh, Tom's been giving me America facts, and I was like, well, 40 years old. Look at that guy.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
So, Dr. Powers, and I know, like, and again, it's free to talk to Dr. Powers, and obviously the tests cost money and stuff. But it's interesting.
The tests are simple, by the way, very simple.
Interesting to see where your biology is at. I mean, it's like you might as well
you should probably
get an idea of what it is.
I gave this advice to Cadillac Pat, friend of the show. You guys all know this. Yeah. I think secretly, low key, Cadillac Pat is deathly afraid of doctors. Okay.
Yeah, he never goes.
He never goes, and I think I'm not calling him out, but I just don't think it's his thing, because he's like, I've never done it. I've always avoided it. Oh, I wonder why. It's kind of like me in airplanes, It's like, but he went, and I was like, dude, you work out a lot and you're healthy. At least get and he did. He went, he got his blood test so he could see where he's at. I think everybody should do that.
Oh yeah,
and you can do it with Dr. Powers. You're very easy to do. And then if you do have an area, because one is, we were just talking about like testosterone and like hormone replacement therapy. What's the number one stigma or thing that you hear from guys that were like, hey, Dr. Powers, I would have been here sooner, but? What is their but?
I think secretly a lot of guys are afraid of needles.
Okay.
And they don't say it. And I kind of relieve that with people. I tell them the way we the way we do it is like, say you go into therapy, you actually get your medication. It's sent directly to you. I have you come into the clinic and I personally show you how to inject.
There you go.
Right? So that it's safe. And they do it right then. And I swear every last guy's like, that's it. After they do it.
Right.
They're like worried before they do it.
So just fear the unknown.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah,
Number
it's just the
two,
unknown.
the biggest thing I would say is guys go, I don't want to become dependent upon it.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can hear that.
And yes, when you're on it because it's raising your level, but you're not dependent on it. It doesn't make your body stop making testosterone. Number one. That's what they think. They think, oh, it's going to make my body stop making testosterone. It kind of does in a way, meaning it downregulates your production because we're giving you ton and your body's smart. Oh, I have normal testosterone. I don't need to make it. So if you ever decide to go off, we want to wing you down safely so you don't crash or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we wing you down and then you go off. Your body will wake up and start making testosterone again. But it's only going to make what it can make.
Right. So you
right?
might go back
so
to
you're
where
gonna
you
go
were.
back to
Yeah.
wherever you were.
Right.
And then you're going to get symptoms again. But, that's the way it works. So you're not becoming dependent on anything.
And is it safe to go on it and then get off of it on
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, there are guys that do that. I mean, there are guys. I have some guys that are on the younger side that have gone on it and they're like, hey, I want to have a baby. So like we take them off of it. We go on some other medication like enclomiphene or something so it doesn't suppress your sperm cells, that sort of stuff. They have a baby and then they go back on. So
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't want any muscle babies. Let's still avoid muscle babies. This is where I come in with the fake science. Well, you don't want to pump your wife too hard if you. When you're on it.
I thought they wanted that. I don't know. What do they want?
Yeah.
God,
no one knows.
That's so complicated.
And you'd have to ask them to find out. No, I'm not doing it.
So, Dr. Bowers, let's go into the crazy stuff that the billionaires do.
Like you and Max. Like you and Max going to the clinic for the transfusion.
But and by the way, and so we don't know this to be true, but like everybody in Hollywood and every rich person is doing all of this.
They're
right?
all
like,
on it.
Yeah. Like
how do athletes get
Tom
around
Brady's on it right now for sure, right?
Oh, 1,000%.
Are they tested though? Like, are you allowed to be in the NFL and be on testosterone?
No. Okay. So I've never said this to you, but you know when you hear the funny stories where they're like, oh, this guy popped for HCG in his urine, right? And you're like, oh, his girlfriend peed for him. No, he peed. Because what you do, that's one of the things you do with guys, is if you put them on testosterone, sometimes you give them HCG injections because it does certain things to keep your reproductive system up and this sort of stuff. So that's the reason they're popping positive, and they're trying to hide it.
Oh, look at that.
So you probably can't be on testosterone, right? In the NFL,
You're not supposed to be.
I don't think you're supposed to be.
But what if you have low levels?
Who's on it? Because they're on it.
They're all on it.
It's like saying they don't cheat in the NFL. Come on.
Yeah.
We know what's happening.
You hear all these athletes afterwards, they talk about going on steroids, right? That's what they're kind of talking about. They're talking about being on testosterone or growth hormone precursors or growth hormone itself. And they do it in the off season to boost their levels. They know when the drug test is coming.
Yeah. So then they can manage to get off it.
Yeah.
And, it's just biohacking, which is fascinating to me too, where like using science again, like that's why we're all being able to live this long. We use science, you know, it's like, and it's just a new iteration of it, which like in 50 years, I think the society is going to be, and this is going to be readily available because this wasn't available. Like this has been going on for the rich and the famous, 20 years ago. It just wasn't available.
Yeah, Halle
to
Berry's
everybody.
been taking her since her 30s. And look at how she looks now. She's what, 60 something? I mean, she's amazing looking.
Yeah. And then like we talked to Colette about it and she's open about being on hormone replacement therapy.
Oh my
and how
God,
it's good
dude. This is a huge story we should have talked about.
What?
There are tons of guys in the NFL that get a TUE, which is a therapeutic use exemption.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because they could prove that this is medically
Oh,
necessary.
I did.
Medically necessary.
I just blew my own hat off.
That
Of
makes
course.
perfect sense. Yeah.
They can file for it. Multiple players have this. You only get popped if you don't file for one.
Yeah, you have to be in their quote unquote drug program.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
league doesn't disclose who has one. There's no way of figuring out it. There is a legal pathway via TUEs. You can get a TUE and then you're on it.
Yeah, I'm sure because if the doctor.
What? Dog.
And all of them are on it, man. Every
That's
last
what I'm
one of
thinking.
them.
And the reason they don't release it is because the list would be every player.
And there's no way to test for peptides either, by the way. So it's like they are all on peptides
my
and like
mind is
recovery
blown.
and yeah, you just don't. I mean, come on, you can't perform like the way they do.
Is the
that.
NBA like that too? Is baseball like that too?
Yes.
Is it all like that too?
It's
TUEs?
all like that.
TUEs for
Everybody, the
everybody.
whole world except for you two guys.
I
They're all-
want to TUE.
Yeah, no. Yes. Okay, so
But I want to look like Rogan. I want to look like a chicken. I want to look like a rotisserie chicken. I want a big poofy belly with abs on it. Rotisserie chicken Dan.
okay, so like let's say
And I'll be tan as hell. Tan on my tattoos so they're all
There's
faded
peptides
out.
that handle that.
Okay, all right.
the
I'll do it.
Like the human growth hormone, that's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But there are things that we can give that are like the precursor to it that make you secrete more growth hormone.
okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot cheaper than real growth hormone.
Gotcha.
So that's what most people do now.
God, I cannot believe it says the NFL has quietly built a legal pathway via its TUEs, and the league does not disclose who has one.
Why do you think?
Could not.
Because they want people to perform well.
Could not. But this blew my own mind.
And it makes perfect sense because like any doctor will be like, yes, healthy testosterone levels, and healthy testosterone levels could be 1,000, right, as a man, or more,
yeah.
or even
Yeah.
more, like, around that
yeah.
area.
Can we
and
talk-
and if yours is 200, and even though you're an athlete, if you're at 1,000, you're going to be performing way better. And then a doctor would be like, yes, this is more healthy for my patient.
I mean, look at all these guys. They're athletes, right? And then 6 months later, they're on ESPN as a commentator, and they deflate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, played for Kansas City, started and then finished his career with Atlanta. Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez, when he was playing, was the biggest tight end I've ever seen in my life. Now, when he commentates, he's like a little guy.
And they're also eating an insane amount of calories too.
No,
And
that's what I'm
burning
saying.
it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
burning
yeah.
it.
Like most offensive
And
linemen
working out
stuff
constantly.
A ton
Yeah.
of nutrition.
So let's talk about so now this is available to all of us at My Eternal
And you got
Vitality.
limited time. I'll just let you know.
But what is the next iteration of biohacking that billionaires are doing? Like,
well, that story came out last week, not to get political, that said they have this new experimental weight loss drug that's the best one of all time, and only one man in his 70s is taking it, and we will not tell you that guy's name.
And we know what the drug is.
And it might
What is
be
it?
me.
what's the drug?
It's retatrutide.
Okay. What is
Yeah.
that?
It's another GLP-1, basically.
Okay.
It's the newest iteration, and I don't know if I should go here, but basically, the person that we don't know that's on it
Right.
has invested in the company that is doing this.
There it is.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
I want $2 billion. God,
But
I
it's
want
like
it so bad.
speaking of Trutide, it's pretty amazing because that's like a marketing story in itself because it's not any different than the other ones in a way, but it's hot because it's not legal. And so they're
Right.
like, they do a great job of marketing on social media. Everybody's like, oh, you got to take
Oh, this
man.
was
You
all
gotta take this,
marketing.
you gotta
That's
take
what I
this all
thought
the
this
time.
was. Like when they said,
1000%.
when they
It's
leaked,
just a brand.
yeah,
of
when they leaked
Yeah.
that, hey, there's only one guy. There's only one guy on it. And it's the greatest drug.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh my God, this is marketing. This is the greatest.
And by the
because
way-
everybody's going to want it.
And by the way, I don't know that that's a great marketing plan because
True.
he doesn't look like he's having great results.
That's a fair,
I mean,
okay. That's a
you
fair
know.
assessment from a doctor, not political. That is
Not political at all.
This is just on
Not
science.
political
We're
at
just
all.
going on health. Yeah.
If I had a patient on a drug and
Yeah.
I would say maybe we need to switch.
Yeah, we need to adjust your levels. That's a fair doctor assessment. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought that was crazy because it is. It's such just a weird variation of what we're already seeing.
Yeah.
So in like the GLP-1s essentially just make it so you eat less.
Yeah, in a way. It calms the food noise. That's a big part of it. And then a lot of people say it takes away that craving for sweet stuff. So you can change your eating habits.
You know what food noise is, right? You probably hear that a lot and you're like, what the hell is that?
So it's like cravings or like, oh, I need to eat this and you're not really hungry.
It's like eating
right?
when you're bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's food all around us
Yeah.
at all time, and there's just the snack thing. I'm like Oreo, it's just it's all around. It's abundant.
And then people actually say their taste changes a little bit so that they don't want that sweet stuff anymore. And even when they go off, it's kind of like that.
Why are they working so well with like alcohol and
It works with that too. That's the other
Sugar?
thing.
Is it impulse control?
I think it's sugar because
I think it's
sugar.
I had a lady that she hadn't had anything. She was on the gut thing plus this, and then she likes to have a martini, at the end of the week, a chocolate martini. She said she made it. She said she made it once. She tasted it wasn't right. Did it again. She said, maybe I'm making it wrong. Made it a third time. She's like, something's wrong. And she asked me afterwards, and I said, no, it's probably because your taste changed. And she's like, I just don't even want it anymore.
I'll give
You
you,
don't crave the
I'll give you
sugar,
one of
huh?
mine. What my wife, you know, she loves sweets.
Yeah.
You've been around that woman almost as much as I have. Sugar cookie is her number one treat of all time. A real sugar cookie.
You're right.
Hopefully with sugar dusted on the top of it.
Yeah.
She would like eat it, she'd eat like half of it. I'm like, I can't forgive that to Maisie. You know, like it's just like
It's wild, right?
I think it does.
That's crazy.
It makes you have it will change your relationship with sugar 100%.
And a lot of people say that it changes their relationship with food. So, like, if you have someone kind of teaching you good habits along the way, when you wean off of it, you keep those habits. That's the greatest part of it.
Yeah. It's like it's a tool, just like AI, and just like it can enhance your life. Like obviously, you know, you need a doctor like Dr. Powers to help you along to make sure everything's, you know.
That's the only way
right.
I would do it is with a doctor. Like sometimes when I see the people that are kind of like, I'm forging my way into the medical woods. I'm like, you're a really dumb person. I don't think you should do that.
Did you see that they? And I have no idea if this is true because I just read the headline.
Oh, I love it. Let's yell it from the mountaintops.
But they replicated a human cell for the first time, and the cell's acting like a normal human cell, like it's an artificial cell. And they said it's like the first step to biologically making organs and things like that. And like, so we're on the
3D printing out a liver.
Like we're on the precipice of some crazy technology that, you know, I don't know if we're gonna see it, but our kids, our grandkids are gonna be, you know, maybe living in a world. First, it's a world of AI and like artificially printed organs that work. Like, think about how awesome that'd be for like all of humanity being able to.
Is it Spud Cell? Is that what you read about?
Yeah, it was just like it was a huge breakthrough that they made an artificial.
Yeah, Claude is giving me a little bit of nuance. It says it's not a human cell and it's not technically alive. It's a synthetic bacteria-like construct made of up to 150 to 200 molecules, much simpler than a real biological cell, which contains millions or billions of molecules. One researcher described it as basically an organism that does nothing but eat and occasionally make a copy of itself. Each generation takes about 12 hours to replicate. This could open the door. They're saying this is the beginning.
Yeah, it's the
basis. You're right, but this is the beginning
Yeah.
of like, look, we're there. We see where we're going. Give us a little more time. And with AI, I bet you it's just pumping out. It's like working. And we're going to get there. It looks like we are going to get there.
I think to go back to you kept asking me a couple of times to ask about what's on the precipice of new things coming out, right?
Yeah.
So I think the next stage, and we can't really do it here in this country, but at that clinic in the Bahamas and Honduras, they do it, but they do it around the world, is gene therapy, right? So where you get a simple injection and it can make you younger. You get injections, helps you regrow hair. You get injections. They say in Japan, I saw an article, they have one where they think they can cure diabetes now. So these different things are coming. They even have one where if you have herpes, right, you can inject and cure it.
Yeah,
so, like, these gene therapies, they go in.
That was how me and Daniel thought of the exact same joke, exact same time.
But I showed my age. I was a millisecond slower. That's why.
Well,
look at me. This guy's got more testosterone than me. He's a little bit faster. I'm like, God damn it.
Or someone was a little more excited than the other about this.
Dr. Powers hit us a beach pole, and then we saw it, and we're going to spike this MFer. Anyways,
but I'll hate all weekend. I was like, he's got a little more teeth than me. He made the herpes joke a little faster. I'm 2 milliseconds faster. Like, God damn it. I got to get on it. I got to make my herpes jokes faster.
What's that red light mask? Let us see.
Oh, can I
okay,
I can speak on this. I can speak on this. Okay. Me and Andrea had this discussion last night at dinner, and we both called major BS on the red light therapy.
Yeah.
You know, she had skin cancer in her nose, and it was really significant. She had to go to a really, really amazing surgeon and get her nose repaired, and he did this plastic surgeon. Amazing job. But there's still some redness, right, that comes with any type of injury or anything.
The scar, yeah.
And then this doctor, the surgeon, he's the one that suggested that Andrea go for this red light therapy in her nose. And we're both like, when she got home and told me about it, just like we've talked about on this show a bunch of times, I'm like, that is some grade A sharper image bull ass. I'm like, no red light. She's been 3 dude, if I'll tell her to come by so you can see the scar on her nose,
It makes
it's
a difference.
gone.
Yeah, it works.
They zapped it 3 times. It gets bruised after they zap it, and then it heals, and then there's nothing there. It's for people that had, let's say you had a birthmark, like a red blotch, or you always get a red blotch on your face, and you've had it there for life. You could potentially treat it with this red light, and it will go away, and you'll have peace. It's kind of like when you went to the dentist and you had that thing, and then he was just like, got it, and then he's like, oh, I got it's. The most amazing technology I've ever seen. And last night at dinner, the light from the window was it's blasting sunlight on her nose. And I go, your nose looks phenomenal. She's like, it's this red light therapy. It's the red light.
Crazy.
Now, there's different versions
of it. Yeah,
but
there's scam ones out there, but there are good ones, like if you go to a good place.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these lasers and what they're doing now is unbelievable. Now I feel bad for making fun of your dog going to he took his dog to get laser therapy to stop his dog from smoking. His dog was smoking cigarettes, and he
joints.
It works.
And so, but what does the red light do?
It kind of stimulates the cells underneath and improves blood flow, and it signals your body to bring certain things in for healing, basically. I mean, that's the premise.
So a lot of this is science working with your body because your body is really good and evolved to heal itself. Yeah. And it's like, so, it's not
Wolverine.
It's kind of stimulating your body to activate healing and repair the cells and stuff, because that's what aging is, right?
Oh yeah. We do something kind of like this. We don't really promote it, but we do this facial rejuvenation thing, and part of it is radio frequency. So you rub like a wand over the face, and you do like some cool hammering, some LED stuff with like either red light or blue light, depending on your pigment and different stuff, and it actually tightens the skin up. Women love it. They, it's like great.
I was trying to hammer my wife.
You want a hot hammer, not cool.
Yeah, hot hammer. Yeah, I was trying to hot hammer. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Powers, thanks so much for not only helping us, but helping our audience. I know a lot of BDMs.
I love it when I get an email from a guy that's like, hey, I met Dr. Powers. And then they'll be like, man, I feel so much better.
No, I love the listeners, man. I tell them all the time. As soon as I say, hey, where'd you find us? They'll go, oh, Tom and Dan. Or they'll say, shyly, they'll go, this podcast, because they don't think I listen or whatever. I was like, oh, Tom and Dan? I was like, oh, I love those guys. They're like, oh, yeah, they're great. And then those patients end up usually being the best ones. I'm just being honest. I'm being very genuine with this, because they do what they're told. They're open-minded. They're like, oh, if Tom and Dan say to do this, I'm going to do it.
Well, can I speak on that for a second? Yeah. You make it easy. Like, I like giving you compliments. Like, how can you not? He gives you a box. You open the box and everything you need is in there with a full guide. It's like step 1, eat this. All right. It's very, it's
I get confused very easily. So I think from my standpoint, it needs to be very simple.
Yeah. Thank you for making it like, it's very much like those Mark Rober kits. Like you open it up, it's like step 1, put this there. Okay. All right. It's very easy to do.
Like Dr. Powers is my general physician right now.
I know. I don't think we're supposed to say that.
He doesn't even want me to advertise that. But
please stop saying
my whole doctor went to a goddamn VIP program. I'm like, I'll pay that. And then
he's retired.
So I just get my blood test through Dr. Powers, which is coming up, by the way, in July every year. And then I just get a panel, and then we go over it. And I'm like, all right.
You got to do this, and this. Okay.
But anyway, so Dr. Powers, thanks so much for calling.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Appreciate you guys.
And we will see you tomorrow.